Do you eat ass, ass, ass?
Yeah, I eat ass.
One question.
Everybody catch that soda can opening? I got a message on Twitter last night that says it's not a bonfire unless you hear the sounds of cans opening in the background, which is fantastic. Hey, everyone. We're starting a couple minutes late here. The bonfire. It's a monsoon out there in New York City right now. It's crazy. I wish I had better excuses since we have a camper sitting in studio with us today, and it seems like he was here in plenty of time. So I know Jacob and Lou and Black Lou were all here since this morning, so they had to be here. And we look like assholes. I sit here on microphone alone right now because Christine and Mike Finoia, who's going to be joining us, Finoich, hanging out on the bonfire today. He is downstairs getting his pass. We cannot wait to express our frustration with this one because getting up here was just short of a fucking nightmare. So just sit back, daddy-os, and listen to the smooth sounds of Riders on the Storm, Jim Morrison and the Doors, off the L.A. Woman soundtrack. I'm trying to hit the post. From 1970-something. I mean 60-something. So sit back, boot up, push off, fly away into the atmosphere now and tomorrow. Riders on the Storm. I know, it's hilarious. Man, that was a hard one to hit the post for. Mike Finoia jumps in the studio with us. I was telling the audience how terrible it is outside.
Dude, fuck New York.
Yeah, well, at times like this, absolutely. I mean, how much do you say you love New York when you're, at a hotel in the parking lot of a dilapidated mall in Fuckville, South Carolina, or whatever?
The only time I love New York is when I'm not here. I swear to God. It's just fucking gross, dude. Just getting whacked in the face with umbrellas. People opening umbrellas walking up the subway.
Yeah, that's really irritating. The umbrella etiquette should be you shouldn't be able to have an umbrella unless someone teaches you proper umbrella etiquette. I'm tall, I know that. I like, if I can, to have a big umbrella, one of those big ones.
Yeah.
To cover my area. And when I'm walking, I look like I'm doing a fucking Broadway musical. I'm constantly lifting it to accommodate other people walking by, to not possibly hit them in the face. I never do the old throw it over my shoulder, Hello, my ragtime gal.
Absolutely.
I never do. Can you give Josh headphones? I never, carry it like that because I know you're whacking people behind you. And I'll tell you who, man, you want to hear racism come alive? Back me up on this, Black Lou. Oh, my God, Asians. They can't have them. They're not allowed to have them. Give them all fucking ponchos. I don't give a fuck. Yes. When they get to Ellis Island, give them a fucking poncho. Send them on their fucking way.
That's all you get. They'd somehow find a way to make ponchos rude.
Oh, my God. I swear to Asians carry umbrellas like they're using them as weapons. Like they're training in a dojo.
It's like a gay joust out there today.
Yeah. The Asians don't have people that can trip you with their umbrella.
It's the worst.
Pick it the fuck up. Look where you're going. Oh, my God.
Slow walkers in the rain. Girl texted in front of me with her Snoopy umbrella right in my face, and I'm like, let's go. Come on. Let's go.
I was going to say it's a rude culture, but you know what? That's too much. Because I don't think I've had long-term best friends when I was younger with the Japanese guys. Parents were immigrants. It's not a rude culture. It is a cold culture. It's so cold.
Yeah, I would almost say...
My Japanese friend Mark, when I was growing up, man, I never saw his parents hug him or express any interest that he was home or not home.
He slept in a tree?
Other than... No, their house was very minimal, and the only important thing was that he went to church on whatever day with them. I don't know if it was Sunday or some kind of Japanese Protestant something church. Yeah, it was weird. I think that's why they moved to America, to be able to practice their religion. But my buddy Mark was just a kid from America at that point, like he was we played sports, we played video games, everything about him was completely Americanized, I would say. Not normal, but Americanized culture. But his family, while nice to me ultimately,
right,
very just cold.
Did the coldness...
No one smiles, it seems, ever. The women in the household smile, but it's a very like as you wish. Like
behind a fan, like, oh.
I mean, yeah, sort of. You know what I mean? Like, hi, Mrs. Shiraiwa, and she'd be like, oh, hey, and he's like back, almost like my words might as well have been like, get back in the kitchen, you dumb bitch. She's like, yeah, hey, no trouble.
She slides behind a box of pizza rolls, like, whoa.
That house always smelled like boiled fucking some seaweed.
I saw a thing today on Twitter on NPR. They said that Japan can't even get people to go there for $85,000 a year to be ninjas. They're short on ninjas, and they're looking for people.
Come on,
I swear to God, they're looking. It's on NPR on Twitter. They were looking for people.
Their ninja forces is lacking recruitment.
Low ninja force. Honestly, I was going to send it to Ari and be like, "Here's your next mission."
What paper was it in?
NPR. I'll find it.
It was on NPR. Well, here's what's interesting about that. Get that out to somewhere that reaches more people, I guess, because...
Oh, dude, I was ready to sign up.
Yeah.
I would totally
Who the fuck does
$85,000 a year to be a ninja?
If you told me at 9 years old that being a ninja was a possibility, I would have focused my whole life on being a ninja.
I know, dude. And now apparently it's short. They're short ninjas.
Really?
Yeah. I want to almost like set it up and do a documentary, and I'll go do it.
You're gonna become a ninja?
I mean, for $85,000 a year.
I gotta take karate, that's it.
Mike, and then we'll be in a restaurant. We'll be in a restaurant, and I'll be like, okay, it looks like I owe 40 and you owe 35. And you throw a smoke bomb, and you're up like you're hugging the ceiling fan, spinning around. I was like, where the fuck did he go?
I just become a shitty ninja. I disappear, but I end up in like an Irish pub somewhere.
All your things that, yeah. You only open beers with Chinese stars from across the room.
I light every cigarette in the room with my eyes. Like, oh.
I think you're confusing ninja for superhero. I don't know.
That would be my superhero power, would be ninjaism. I want to find it so bad.
Yeah, I mean, me too. We have to look that up. Oh,
there it is.
Here it is. Jacob
Ninja
found
Swordage.
Let me.
$85,000 a year they're offering.
By the way, it is not a very long article. It's just very quick little blurb.
We need ninja. You be ninja. That's
it. Need more ninja now.
Ninja, we not have enough.
Go down. Let me read this. It says, Iga, a small Japanese city and the birthplace of the ninja. I would look that up. I don't know if that's the story.
I heard it was Ninja Town.
I thought it was born out of revenge. I thought it was the birthplace was revenge.
I thought it was Konami.
You needed to get revenge for them killing your whole family. Konami.
Konami.
I thought Ninja Gaiden was the original ninja. Jacob, I can't read it. Iga, a small Japanese city and the birthplace of the ninja, is facing a serious problem. There aren't enough people training to be ninjas. Not even for $85,000. First of all, to get a paycheck at the end of Ninja Week is pretty hilarious. And it's like, on Saturday, they're like, dude, like, can you do one of those handless cartwheels? And it's like, easy, a day off, even a god the rest of the day.
I don't ask comedian, tell me joke. That's the version of comedians telling a joke. Hey, ninja, scale that building without any feet. Yo, can we call Iga?
Ninjas are my work. A bonsai tree is a passion.
Dude, I just bought 3 bonsais. I'm half the way there.
Dude, you gotta pack them with you. Today on the show, Sally Herships goes to Iga to discuss the city's plan to use ninjas to fight depopulation. So basically what they're saying is, if they're trying to fight people like depopulating the city,
yeah.
I don't know if it sounds like it's ninjas particularly. It's just the city itself is depopulated. So they're saying, like, if you come here, you just get to be a ninja. That's what it sounds like. $85,000 a year? I'm trying to think of that would make... Christina, it would not...
Jay and I are going to be ninjas.
I say it wouldn't hurt you financially to go be a ninja for a year.
So
bank the cash.
Is ninja just what they call border patrol? Like, am I going to be a ninja and then just stand at the border and be like, no?
That's what it sounds like. What's a modern day ninja's... What's the job?
It's a desk job, apparently.
What? Do I get to wear the gi?
Yeah, look, the ninja's at a desk. He's also... Ninja's supposed to be camouflaged. I don't know, I guess it's got to be camouflaged if he's going into an Andy Warhol painting.
Yeah, why is he... He's the Rick James of ninjas. Look at that jacket.
Why is this ninja dressed like Shonuff? What's he sneaking? It's supposed to be stealth ninjas.
Yeah, really. You shouldn't be able to find his desk.
Yeah.
He looks like he was in the Japanese vinyl.
Hey, anybody want to tell me about fucking Chinese Bootsy Collins trying to blend into the wallpaper over there? I'm here to kill you.
She a very kinky girl.
You do not bring home to mother.
She's all right. I want to go, but I'm not doing. I want Shinobi
I'm
to
gonna
be my
wear that
name.
fucking outfit. Does he have fishnets on his arms under the thing? I mean, he's dressed like he's playing guitar and docking.
This is why no one wants to be a ninja, because you don't look cool anymore. You have to dress like the poor man's Thriller.
We are at the Dream Paris.
Mommy's all right. Daddy's all right. It just seem a little strange. Surrender.
Come for ninja. Stay for cheaper trick.
Why you want to leave country? We cover docking.
Is this more? Facing a ninja shortage. What does this one say? Does it give a little more information? I mean, if you look at what they're showing, if you come here, now this is a ninja picture.
Yeah, I'm into
You get
that.
to grow a unibrow. You get one of those Mo haircuts. But this guy's got a flying guillotine.
Mm-hmm. That's real ninja shit. That's what I'm into.
Now we're talking.
Can we call there? And can I like do an over the phone interview?
It's possible. Do we have lines to Japan? The Japanese city of Iga is suffering from a ninja shortage. The city, which is about 280 miles from Tokyo in central Japan, claims to be the birthplace of Ninja Go Down. The mayor is hoping for more ninjas.
I thought you said it was the home of the Ninja Go Down. What the fuck is that, like a rap battle in Ninja?
The Ninja Go Down.
You
It's
had
our-
to Ninja Go Down tonight?
It's our annual ninja dance where the ninjas really mix it up with the locals.
Fat Five Freddy and the Furious Ninjas.
It's like the police. It's like Ninja Give Back Day. They do a block party. They shut down. They bring out Rick James Ninja to fucking slap bass.
I won this koi fish at the Ninja Go Down.
The Japan does not have enough ninjas. Go down. The city's population. Each year, the city of about 100,000 swells by about 30,000 as tourists come to experience the annual Ninja Festival.
Oh, my Ninja Palooza.
Christine, please find videos of Ninja Festival. Ninja Fest?
Dude, I want to go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like childhood dream, like one of 3 dreams as a child.
Guys, can we get an ISDN line set up in Japan so we can go to Ninja Fest, get to do live from Ninja Fest next year?
Dude, just Truman show me. I'll just go for a whole year, and you guys can just watch me. Put me in a little, like, bubble, like a, I don't know, one of them toys, those candies from China that we get sometimes.
Why around a finoia, always wear a GoPro?
Office of Funny Teeth.
What is this? Okay, basic information.
Is this how you do it?
Okay. Ego Ueno special event, the hometown of Ninja. The Ninja Makeover section is established on weekends. The Ninja Makeover section. And on, I can't read, national holidays during the fiesta. And visitors can enjoy disguising themselves as ninjas. This sounds like you're setting up people to get, like, hurt.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Hey, everyone in the city, put on a mask and look the same.
Just
Don't rape anybody.
just run into walls.
Don't attack anyone. Go down. There is the Machikadu Ninja Training Hall in the town, which is full of ninja warriors. Visitors can experience throwing a knife and blowing darts.
What?
Visitors can experience ninja as Petite Ninja at Petite Ninja trial sites or Petite Ninja Dojo located in the city on the weekdays.
You could do the dunk tank or learn how to take out an eye with a thumb.
Is there any video of the Ninja Festival happening?
I'm looking it up.
Is that their logo?
I find it's just like fucking stealth beheadings. The video.
That's Stabby and Bernie, the Ninja Bears.
It's just fucking stealth beheadings while you hear steel drum. Blink, 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 blink.
The winner gets 700 shark fins.
Yeah, you get your own whale.
You get to pick your own dog to eat.
I do want to go to Ninja Fest. There's no video of Ninja Fest?
I'm looking.
Dude, I'm going out there. Let's do this. Send me out. I'll roll out the carpet. We'll do Bonfire live via Ninja Fest.
A ninja shortage.
I would go and like help recruit. You know what I mean? Like I would become like a ninja recruiter.
Oh, like the guys at the mall who try to get people to sign up for become models?
Yes.
Hey, has anyone ever... It's like, man, you look pretty athletic. Thanks, man. He goes, yeah. Hey, I'm sorry to bother you. He goes, would you have... This might sound crazy, but anybody ever tell you have like the frame of a ninja? Wait, what?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you've thought about stopping time with your mind, right?
Have you ever picked... You seem like the kind of person, like... if I tell you, I'm just saying, you make your own decision. But if you gave me a month with you, I tell you I could teach you to burrow into the ground by just spinning in circles. Well, I don't know. It's whatever.
I mean, if you don't want to do that, I mean, I don't know why, but
let me. Hey, excuse me. Can I see? Put your arm out for a second. Let's get a little tape measure here. And I knew it. I knew what I said. You have perfect nunchucking arms, but it's.
I mean,
but you know
no.
what? But it's dangerous. It is dangerous. It goes and only like really like it's for certain kinds of people, tough. Alpha, machismo guys, and anyway.
Oh, you don't.
Anyway,
have a family.
enjoy your orange Julius. I'm sorry, I'm not here to bother you. What? Oh, yeah, I work for a ninja school. It's in Japan. It's pretty authentic. I don't want to get, but you know, but you're shopping. I don't want to bother you.
Oh, so you play tennis? Oh, interesting. That's amazing. That's perfect throwing star movements right there.
By the way, Ninjafest just looks like any day I'd say in Japan.
Looks like a Beastie Boys video from like one of their older albums.
They literally are putting babies on upside down bamboo sticks.
I mean, this is like the Al Qaeda of ninja. Like they're just trying to get like.
I feel like this is just like a real. Like all I can say to you, I don't know another way to put this. Today's ninja certainly is not your granddaddy's ninja because I thought ninjas, the whole thing, they were assassins. They're
out
like,
there now.
All right, Ninjafest. Well, so how's it the home of the ninja has become such a? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look,
It's like if Africa had like AIDS Fest. Just like turn into it.
Yeah, no, seriously, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You have to like
come pet a wild monkey. He might bite you. I don't know. Maybe he's got nothing.
You have to throw.
This is the Zika mosquito from Blizzard of Bucks tank.
You have to throw a water balloon.
You grab money in a Blizzard of Bucks tank that's filled with Zika mosquitoes. Ow! Oh, they itch. Oh, how many of the mosquitoes have it?
You have to bounce a stick.
We don't know.
You have to bounce a stick on a lip dish.
You gotta throw the quarter and have it land on a plate lift. Oh, I want to do AIDS Fest so bad.
Throw rings around a neck and it just gets more and more necks. Oh my God, this is amazing.
Oh, fuck Ninjafest. I've already got my tickets. Christine, you'll produce it. AIDS Fest.
Probably not that different than
featuring
Skankfest.
in the second reunion of Tough Crowd. There's an Asian DJ. Surprise, surprise.
Oh man!
All right, the ninjas are ready to rock.
Now, if I were the CFO of Ninjafest, I would try to get Wu-Tang there first thing because you want to draw an American crowd, you know, and no one's helping that culture more than the Wu-Tang
Wu-Tang's
clan.
more about kung fu, though.
I know, but still, that's the thing. At least no musicians are going ninja style, right?
Look,
is anybody?
If you don't want to respect the different disciplines, Mike, I'm not here to tell you how to live. I'm just saying you don't know who's listening.
Pork fried rice, shrimp fried rice, whatever. It's still fried rice.
I don't know who's listening, Mike, and I'm just, they're ninjas, man. You won't even know they're there.
Did you ever take karate as a kid?
You lay down on a bed, and even when you think you're comfortable, all of a sudden his arms just wrap around. You've been laying on him for the past 10 minutes.
For all I know, there could be a ninja under my chair right now.
There is a ninja.
Look at this kid. He's like, I don't want to do this.
Oh, man, ninja was the coolest thing when I was little.
I won free karate lessons at Fred Villari's studio of self-defense, and we were stretching in a circle, and I ripped an enormous fart, and then just couldn't stop laughing. It was dead silent, and then you see her like, and then I just went in a circle. We all had split legs, and we were doing, and I was like, I gotta go. And I fucking left.
I took an Aikido class once, and the first day they made me put on these big, crazy pants, like Steven Seagal pants.
Oh yeah.
You ever see when he's training? It's like they're insanely, but they're like, is there someone like cut apart and re-put together 4 pairs of Jinko jeans?
They're like hammer pants, right? Even bigger?
Even bigger, because there's no bottom. They don't like taper in at all. They're just huge. And they made us put that on. I looked ridiculous, little fat kid. And then he tripped me with a staff. And then I cried to my grandmother and said we should sue that place.
Are you sure you took karate lessons? Or
It was
were you just,
Aikido.
whatever. So again, it's the same shit.
I want to take karate lessons too. What's this?
Were you a fan of American Ninja, the movie?
Listen,
Michael Dudikoff
it was Michael Dudikoff's finest work for sure.
For sure.
Doesn't answer the question.
Yeah, and Kung Fu Jones was in it. What's his name?
Steve James.
Yeah, the black dude that was in it.
Dude, Kung Fu
great.
Jones.
He was Kung Fu Jones.
I know.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I
Right?
just love that
He
name.
was in the bar scene in Weird Science. He was one of the guys.
Yeah.
That's right.
Every damn night on the telephone. Man, what's the boy talking about on the telephone? Christina, were we watching home movies of something?
No, this is just a girl's document on the Ninja Festival.
Oh, so a white girl went.
She looks like a young B.D. Wong.
Okay, all.
It's this girl. And
That looks like
she's
the girl.
walking
That looks like
around.
the girl who helped out at our festival. I'm blanking on her name.
That's Cindy?
No. The girl with the she looks exactly like this chick here. She came and helped out too at check-ins one day. It doesn't matter. It's go. You keep playing it.
I'm at the Ninja Festival.
They're everywhere. It would be so funny if they're all just running. Giant! Run away! Tiny little missiles are hitting her in the... See?
She's like, everything here is really fucking weird.
She's like, the statue of a bull is made of ninjas.
I didn't realize she's dressed like a ninja.
Supposed to be going all the way.
Wow.
She's.
This is very
No,
underwhelming.
I don't want to say very underwhelming. I don't want to tell you what. There's a new Ginger Ninja in the house.
Yeah. She's dressed like Tiffany, and I think we're alone now video.
like a white, chubby, redheaded girl went there. She's like, so I'm in my ninja thing, and this is pretty expensive for really doing nothing.
Dude, that's...
Everyone's just dressed like ninjas and walking around. There's no thing.
This trip reeks of, like, her engagement got broken up, and she's like, I just need to go do something
I'm
new.
gonna fucking go. You know what? Forget it.
Fuck it.
I said to myself, Ashley, you never live an adventure.
You
all right?
are
You
a
got no
ninja.
ties to here. You got to get away from this, and you have to live, girl. You get your ass to Ninjafest right now.
You are a ninja.
You know what? I'm going to fucking go through these flyers of crazy vacations, and I'm just going to go to the first one I land on. And boom, throw a dart. What? Ninjafest.
Ninjafest.
All right.
I guess.
I guess so. I mean, that'd be pretty sick ass. What did she do? Did she end up fighting at the end of this video?
I do love bubble tea.
Oh, does she get attacked at the end of this or something?
She fights Mothra for first class ticket home.
You have to sword fight to leave.
These just look like she's like trapped in 7 pairs of scrubs.
Oh my god, this is very underwhelming, this festival.
It's like Halloween.
That was just
It's
her,
not like Halloween. It's like going outside and there's 4 kids dressed like ninjas.
Yeah, this stinks. Is this in Queens?
Shower gel.
What's up? Hanging out at Ninjafest. I thought this was going to be dope.
I got my hair done at Ninjafest, and I look like so ninja.
You don't go to Ninjafest without getting one of those things in your hair where they wrap the thread around your hair.
Yeah.
I got a Ninjafest dread.
You get she got a T-shirt. I went to Ninjafest, and all I got is this stupid parasite.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, here we go.
Finally.
Oh, see, this is like cosplay ninja.
By the way,
Dead to me.
it
I
says
want real shit.
it says the blue ninjas are the Smurf Ninja Clan. What the fuck's going on with ninjas?
It's over,
I'll tell you
dude.
what. In defense, I checked out of ninjas for about 20 years. Now, you know what? 25, 27 years. I've been checked out of ninjas.
So from 0 to 15, you were pretty heavy ninja?
I'll tell you what, for a quarter of a century, though, that's a big change. I bet that's more change that came from when I was from 25, 27 years ago, from the beginning of time of ninjas,
Yeah.
whenever Iga decided to fucking fart these things out, the ninja did not change very much. And then in the last 25 years now, there's a parade. There's a ninja making you imagine a ninja making you a fucking balloon
You
animal.
can make sand art in a ninja costume. Why don't you spin art a frisbee at Ninja Fest?
Oh, I fought a ninja and ride the tilt-a-whirl.
I eat turkey leg at Ninja Fest.
Like a
A
Renaissance.
Samurai Dave production. How fucking stupid. Is this a Monty Python video?
Samurai Dave, you always come through. We're hanging out with Mike Finoia today in the studio. Dan Soder, of course, across in Denver, hanging out with T to D.
Sweet,
for
303.
her birthday. 70 years old. Again, always hope she's having a great birthday week. And but Mike Finoia is hanging out with us. The Finoich. We got Rich Voss coming in. I think it's 7 p.m. hour, and we'll be right back. It's the Bonfire. great on that board, buddy. Right away. He knows it's getting ready to happen. Throw that reverb on before we look like assholes.
I won't let you fall.
It's the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Big J. Oakerson, Dan Soder. Home hanging out with Mama Sodes.
Mama Sodes.
And
raised a good kid, Mama.
Indeed. So in studio we have, of course, Bonfire favorite, Mikey Finoich.
Yo.
Yeah.
We had to listen to that song here because I didn't hear it this weekend at the Garden.
Yeah, you told me that was so weird. You said they played 4 shows and mixed it up a bit.
They played 4 shows.
But I feel like they should know I know you want to play concerts for, like, diehards.
Right.
But there's also things you got to consider. Same thing with someone with doing dirty comedy as I do. You do have to keep in mind that people in the audience might not be prepared for that. You want to try to plate it for them, you know what I mean? In a way where it's like, you can do it like this, you know?
No, totally.
So if I'm not a big Radiohead fan, but I love 5 or 6 songs.
Exactly, right.
And it's the 5 or 6 songs that everyone who doesn't really like Radiohead likes.
Yep, absolutely.
Play all 5 of those. Like, every goddamn time, play all 5. I don't understand that at all. And better for worse, and tell me I'm bringing it up again. Korn in concert, saw them a bajillion times. They don't leave out the songs you want to hear.
Yeah, it's like Hall & Oates or Billy Joel. Same thing. Now, one thing that you would love that you and I have talked about quite a bit is they played the songs exactly like you hear them on the album. They didn't. They didn't mess around at all. Like, I mean, a couple little things, like if they did like those weird kind of feedback things, that might be a little different just because you can't really like remake it on stage. But dude, it was a really, really incredible show. But the thing with Radiohead is like some of their songs are like very, very like just one note hypnotic kind of techno-y. And it's like, is this going to lead somewhere? And it goes nowhere, and that's the song. Yeah. And it's just, you're looking at this blue egg that's like got all these. One thing that was so fucking cool, the screen in the back of the stage was like an egg shaped, or like a spoon if you were looking at it sideways, right? Mm-hmm. And all of them had like, I think a little GoPro or something on their instruments, so you could see their hands, what they were doing, and they put that in like quadruplicate on the screen. So there's like 56 hands doing all different shit at the same time, and then like Tom York's head would like come in and out like real weird. So it was definitely a cool thing to like.
So they're trying to make you have like a bad trip.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
so many hands and faces.
One guy,
I hate it. Stop it, please.
5 songs in, Tom York goes, we got to stop the show. There's a guy, like, we need security right in the front, like 5 rows back. All these people started flipping their phones and like making it flash at the stage, like almost like signaling the band, like, you know,
right?
So they Tom York's like, hey man, we need security over here, and he stopped the show until like, I guess someone collapsed during the show, and they like carried him out, and then he's like, on with the show, and then like got back, and you know, they went into the next tune.
One down, all 18,000 more to go.
More room for you chaps.
Let's go. Who's the next nerd that's going to fall out? All right, let's play some music.
Remember when me and Christine went to...
Here's the sound. Here's going to be a whirring sound for the next 7 minutes.
This is going to sound like a K-hole while you're fixing a battery. It really is.
You want to hear one word echoed for the next 15 minutes? Me too. Here we go. Everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing's in regular time.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 1, 0. Boom, ding, ding, boom.
You know, like, remember when you and me and Christine and Sal and his dad and everybody went to the Yacht Rock Festival?
We missed so much of it,
but what we saw was so good. I mean, we saw.
No, what we saw most of was Little River Band, and I got to tell you,
Ambrosia. We saw
a little bit of Ambrosia, and that was nice. But Ambrosia, again, it's one of those bands. They're down the maybe not even one original member, but like an original member's first replacement is left.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like the one guy who came in. I think there's several bands that go out like that. I think they said with Foreigner.
Uh-huh.
Like it's actually the most original person is still like one of the first replacement guys.
Right, yeah.
But you go. I'll tell you what, Foreigner's doing something pretty impressive with that thing. The same as Journey with that new lead singer. Because it's just, he's doing it enough that the nostalgia's worth it, that if you package them,
right, or
put them in a smaller venue, like, I'll go see Foreigner.
Yeah, pair them with another band that's just the same.
I think that's what they were doing. I think it was
right.
Foreigner, maybe even Foreigner and Journey, right? Yeah.
I mean, that's great.
both the backup guys, and you're like, at the end of the day, if you're gonna play it and sound exactly like, and you're gonna go see a cover band anyway, I mean, go see the cover band.
Yeah, I'll go see the Allman Cousins band. The Allman Nephews,
the Allman extended family.
My dad was born a rambling man.
Or you go the Allman and then put brothers in quotes. The Allman Brothers,
I guess.
Question mark? Yeah, the Allman Brothers.
The Allman Brothers Sons band. I'm not gonna let them catch me, no. But my it was funny because that was one of the first sit down concerts that I had gone to, was the Yacht Thing festival, and we were sitting front row, and I'm always nervous about the people behind me. You know what I'm saying? And when I don't know if you guys ever been to a sit down concert where people just sit. It's so weird because people want to get up, but you gotta be worried about the people behind you and all that. The minute Radiohead goes on stage, this guy stands up in front of my wife, and he just is on his phone the whole time, and I'm going to say something to this dude. I mean, I don't want to, but I'm going to say something. Because I'm thinking, the whole section's going to stand up. It's Radiohead. They're going to, But some songs, you have to sit down or else you're going to develop epilepsy. Because it's a fucking very, weird trance music type
Everybody
thing.
Prepare for strobe lights. Do you mind strobe lights? Also, I took some visions from your nightmares and put them up on the side spoon screen.
Get a sentence ready for your dead grandmother. You're about to see her soon.
I'm working on a new English impression. I can't make them all Cockney. You guys want to hear Carnival Police? You did.
He go in the middle of the show. He goes, and now for something completely different. So there's a guy.
You want to hear the sound of a garbage disposal and someone smashing a bass on the ground? You did. Peggy.
That's on our upcoming album. You did, you do, you won't. You do, you did, you will.
You do, you did, you done.
Guy standing up in front of my wife. I'm so close to saying something to him, and then a guy stands up 4 seats down, and the guy above him goes, "Oh, what the fuck? I didn't pay to see the back of your ass. Sit down." And then I'm like, "Eesh, rough." Now,
Just real quick, it's
yeah.
part of the story. Continuation of what we were saying yesterday, Jake, about going to the movies. That reaction is the reaction I think is always coming that way. I already am in shock at this story because that was it. He didn't even try he goes, oh man, it's like I really can't see it all if you're standing up. Try that first.
Yep.
But then I feel like that guy's gonna turn around and go, no, you fucking paid to see my ass, dickhead.
Yeah.
Even if I'm on whatever side of that I'm on, I'm like, I can't. So I'm already blown away. This guy's right away is like, fuck this prick in front of me. I'm going to say something shitty.
Dude.
Wow.
And he went heavy, and he was yelling in his face. And this kid's like, bro, I paid for my ticket too. And I'm trying to think of how do I nicely
he
be
said that? Is that what his words he said?
What? I paid for my ticket. He goes, dude, it's a concert. He's like, he was flabbergasted. He turns around, he's like, are you kidding me? And the guy's like, come on, sit. And the whole section's or 5-6 rows around him are looking at this guy like, Jesus, what an asshole.
Where do you think what's this guy's problem is going towards? The aggressive guy or the guy who stood up?
The aggressive guy. Everybody was looking at him like, what an asshole. You know what I mean? Other people were nudging that kid because the guy eventually sat. He sat down and he was like, his girlfriend's like, it's not your fault. Other people in our row were like, it's cool, man. Stand up. Fuck him.
I work fucking hard for my money to buy a ticket. I'm pulling down $85K a year, baby, a ninja in Iga, Japan. I come home to see my bitch and I want to fucking watch a Radiohead show, not your fucking ass. You want to challenge me? You think I don't?
Fucking pussy.
I think I have a drunken monkey fist right now?
You think I'm not going to stand there and creep, motherfucker? But what was great, the guy that was yelling, 2 songs later, he's starting to feel it. He fucking stands up. And it's like, really, asshole? And we kind of looked at the people behind him like, are you going to, pot call the kettle black kind of thing? And he was like, they didn't do anything. They were too busy on their phones. It was like, everyone was on their phone.
Was the guy a meathead?
He was an old piece of shit. And he had a young girl with him that was way too old to be his daughter, I would say. I think it was a date and he was trying to be a hot shit.
Oh,
he was double fisting vodkas. You know, he had like a dad, like an important barbecue shirt. Like he's not cooking, but he's eating.
When me and Christine,
you know what I mean by important barbecue shirt.
When me and Christine went to go see Prophets of Rage, you know, they played a bunch of Rage Against the Machine songs, and the guy in front of the dude, one guy, I think by himself also, was there, took his shirt off, you know, like skinny, or, you know, semi in shape white guy, I guess, average height, the entire concert. The entire concert. There was this guy selfieing video of him mouthing the words to the song, like making his own music videos to the live music of himself. It was crazy.
He was in front of you?
Directly in front of Christine.
So you were in his videos then, probably. Like just looking at him, like what a fucking.
I mean, there's if he did get now, he was. I'm telling you, he's like blah blah blah, and he's like sticking his tongue out and like half guitaring. I don't know if we'd be in it more than just like fleeting zip bys, but it was never filming even the band.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's nuts, dude. It's fucking. And every concert I go to is you only sit down if you're like before you're gonna pass out. You know what I mean? Like you sit when you like I need a breath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
like,
you and then you're going like but you know when you sit like I'm sacrificing seeing.
Right. Yeah.
For a few, but I need to sit down for a minute.
Yeah.
That's why listen, when I got that when I got the fucking gout foot at Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. When you got
guess
meat
what?
leg?
Yeah. Kurt Metzger called it piss ankles.
You got pork heel for a fucking GNR show?
What is that? Piss ankles? Dude, piss ankles is a hilarious thing to call. Do you know what gout is?
That's when you're not eating. You're only eating meat, right? And you're getting
no. It can happen from a zillion different. No. It only happened to me the once, but like. No, it's like it's.
I know that people haven't had it in 100 years, and now it's made a fantastic comeback.
Uric acid.
Well, it's uric acid. It's uric acid that gets, and you have too much of it, so it gets like between your joints and usually in your toe. Like your big toe seems to be the spot, really.
Yeah, and then it radiates, huh?
And it just like it crystallizes in the joint, so it's just a crazy pain in your foot that you can't. There's no cure for it other than it going away. I mean, like, not a cure, but I mean, there's no, like, treatment for it. It just, it feels, when it's elevated down, whatever it is, it feels like someone is like breaking it, like with a boulder. It's an insane pain it can last for, I guess, a couple days or something.
Yeah, and it's like meat and beer, right? Isn't
those
it like...
things, if you have a lot of that stuff, it does that.
Yeah.
You know, you can get it from those things. I think that's what happened to me. I don't think I have, like, the disease. That's what the doctor told me, too. Like, you don't, like, have something you have to take medicine for every day, because some people do.
You were tailgating with your meat cup?
No, it was after all those week of... I went to concerts for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
Panorama Fest 2 days and Guns N' Roses.
You had tour foot, dude.
And everybody kept giving me, was buying, I hooked up a lot of people up. So they were like, here's beers. And it came and hit me. But when I was telling Kurt about it, he goes, what's that again? Piss ankles? It's uric acid. Piss ankles. That's such a funny fucking name.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think it's weird to, like, tell someone at a concert what to do. But, I mean, I've been to so many and seen so many fucked up people.
I've told it here with the... You know, with whatchamacallit, the Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
We saw Fleetwood Mac and the girl that was dancing, and I was like, hey, miss, it's fine, but you're like, I mean, she could have been dancing more like, are you trying to summon something? like her arms, like, no, but it was like she was doing like the flappy arms to the side, like Egyptian dances or something, and I was like,
I mean, dude,
hey.
I wish you came to that Fish concert at Randall's Island just to people watch, because, I mean, it's a bunch of used car balloon, like wavers and shit. When I
hairy ass armpits and shit,
just fucking wooks going crazy, like just in a trance. When I went to the Dead at Soldier Field in Chicago, I could see like a guy sits next to me, right? And old Deadheads are the worst because they just have no like. They go off into the stratosphere, right? The guy sits next to me.
On drugs or just taking it? Really?
Yeah. I mean, not all of them, but, like, they dance pretty fucking crazy, and if you call it that. This guy sits next to me with 2 big beers, sets them down, opens up a little bag of mushrooms, eats them, chugs like half the beer, goes into his other pocket, pulls out a bag of Molly, licks his finger and just, like, fun dips it into his mouth, chugs another half of the beer, right? Lights a joint, hands it to me. lights another joint, hands it to the guy next to him, chugs a beer, and then lit a cigarette and just like sat down and was just like, woo! Like that, and just was like ready to go. This is like a half hour before the show started.
I'll be honest with you. To me, that guy did what he was supposed to do.
But I'm like, this guy's going to be swinging
it.
like a maniac, right? Like he's going to be. He sat in his seat and looked at a picture of a kid the whole fucking time on his phone.
Now it's eerie.
Pouring his tears pouring down his eyes. I was like, "You okay, Holmes?" And he was like,
and he's like, absolutely. When the concert was over, he just stepped in front of a D train.
Right.
He was like, well, I did it. I'm coming to see you, Jonathan.
He just walked into the lake and just kept going. Yeah, man, it's crazy at concerts. That's just like, I don't know. I try to be aware of my surroundings, but that's just like the umbrella lady. You got to be fucking aware of the people around you. You know,
nobody.
I
watched you get drilled by several umbrellas today, and also, I just know in my lifetime, my umbrella hitting things or even a wall or something that. You know when your umbrella's just clipped something or nipped something. I also really don't get people that do it and then just keep going.
Just keep walking.
Like you kind of turn around because they just yanked your collar almost off.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and they just see the back of the umbrella still. They're like, I guess something happened back there, man. That's back there's problem.
And I'm like eye level a lot with a lot of the pins.
Yeah.
I'm all for, dude, I would never buy an expensive umbrella because I leave them, I buy them like fucking packs of gum. They're like $3 in the city. Those shitty ones that last like one storm.
Yeah,
and I just leave them wherever I go.
I know we've recently bought umbrellas, like nice umbrellas, and I worry that you're gonna lose them all anyway. I've almost lost them.
That's a sign you're doing good in life when you buy like a nice umbrella. I think there's a couple things we talked about it the other day. Like underwear.
It's not even that super nice. It's not really even expensive. These umbrellas, they're like 20 something, I think, but.
That's a lot.
They're like big, yeah, but they're like the big, sturdy,
like golf ones.
Good umbrellas. Like I'm not sure.
Big, massive, fucking. They come down like.
No, not like that.
No, those are.
We're not assholes. but it's a big umbrella.
Yeah, dude,
it's good for me.
Christine, I haven't had a chance to tell you, but way to go with Skankfest. I don't know if you guys talked about it already, but I had an unbelievable time.
Thank you.
And I will go on record here saying I admire Lewis so fucking much. I mean, he should just be called Dirty Jesus. That's what he should throw away all his other names and just be Dirty Jesus.
He's in a cult.
People were walking around like, "Where's Lewis? Where's Lewis?" I mean, I heard multiple times people looking for Lewis.
Oh, they love him, and
he did such an incredible job.
He did such a funny. It was the funniest moment for me off stage at Skankfest was watching Lewis when he was doing what show was it? I can't fucking remember for some reason. Maybe it was the beginning of Roast Masters. Mm-hmm. But he got on stage and started doing a character.
Did he?
Were you here for this, Lou? Did you see this, Lou?
I didn't see this.
He started doing a character. Well, it was just like it wasn't even a character. He just put on like a weird voice. Someone pointed out again the idea that they called like the show a racist or Nazi show. So he started doing some like hee-haw voice. Lewis, he's like, Josh, were you there for this?
I missed that.
Did you see this? He's like, yeah, something, blah, blah, where the white man can come have a party here at Skankfest and not be bothered with whatever, and saying some not even borderline, like, doofy racist shit.
Yeah.
And he goes, something white power. And like, two people in the audience, like, are just, again, also just joking, goes like, you hear a couple, like one or two, like white power, and then he's like, and again, the disclaimer, like this is an audience that's got black people in it, and
of course, everybody.
And then he's pacing the stage, and he goes, something else, black people, and keep the Chinese out, and the Jews are the worst. Can I get a white power? And then the crowd, like much more of the crowd went white power, and I saw Lewis's corners of his mouth turn up like a weird, like he for a second Lewis understood leading a white supremacy movement. He enjoyed the power. They followed, he went white power, and they did. And because it was just to me, it wasn't even to me. It was just side stage. It wasn't on purpose. It was such an organic. He just went like. He's like, wow. He's like, they really jumped on board with that.
Watch, Lewis is going to be the next Lewis. He's going to be the next Lil Kim. Like he's just going to start coming to Skanks like whiter and whiter and whiter. He's going to start bleaching just to fucking
bleach himself out.
The thing about Lewis at Skankfest is he could literally chant anything and everybody would be on board.
But that's what's so funny.
It doesn't matter if it's white power, he gets black power.
Well, listen, you know what it is like. It's like a running joke on Legion of Skanks for I'd say years now that's why the audience, I mean, particularly, that's why Lewis can say anything, they'll do it, is because we've always had, we'll fuck around and be like, Dave, why don't you suck that guy's dick? And he just said, if you suck his dick, he's gay. If you suck his dick, he'll give you $500. And Dave's like, I'm not sucking a guy's dick for any money. It's like $1,000. I'll kick in another $5. You suck his dick. And then like the crowd will start going like, Lewis will start like, suck that dick. And then the joke is always Dave will end up going like, it's like, I love a chant, suck. Like Dave starts chanting it too, so that's why they always just like, don't even think about it, just chant along, which is great. It was absolutely fantastic. We did talk about it a bunch yesterday. I think one thing that went left out when we ended the show yesterday that I really wanted to say, and again, I can't say enough about Lewis. Also, I agree with Rebecca and Christine, like what they did. But Lewis's vision, man, that's what this was. But I will say some of the body of that festival and what we have going there and who shows up, I know. And who shows up, what we owe a big thank you to in comedy, and I think that for fans, is to Ari Shaffir. That can't be said enough, man. Yeah. Ari Shaffir moving to New York and being such a guy who's easy to be friends with because he makes you be friends with him if he likes you in a way. I don't mean that even in a bad way, but he's like, hey, let's hang. He's a guy who let's hang. Let's go somewhere. Let's go away for a weekend. Let's do a thing.
Here.
You know what I mean? He's
awesome. Outside of comedy.
And he was that in LA too, and he was and he's the guy who bridged those two worlds, and now it's nice to feel like there's family in LA always. Yeah. If I go to LA, dude, I know I got places to perform and go up and hang out with friends and everything, and it's great. And that is the doing of Ari Shaffir. So he is integral, the Shaffir Fest, And
it's just so cool to see, meet and see fans, and that's the thing that I love the most. And you and I have talked about that for years.
No, Mike, I know what you love the most, and that's sleep. Hey, America, great news. If you Google black women arguing in stores, it gives you the local listing for Walmart.
Now you know what to do on a Friday night.
It was pretty hilarious. That's the whole thing, right, Christina? You look it up as a actual
I just Googled that.
No. But you look up that happening. There's a lot of crazy Google results.
Right.
I think is what that is.
And if you Google
or crazy did you means, sometimes it does the weird that did you mean something weird.
And if you Google Walmart, it brings you to World Star.
It all pays itself forward. It's the Bonfire. Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Big J. Oakerson. Dan Soder in Denver, Aurora, I guess, Colorado. Hanging out with T to D. Probably enjoying a nice game of Wii bowling right now. When Dan describes him hanging with his mom, it makes me laugh. Especially because she's 70, but they play Wii golf. And she just he just smokes pot and she just gets ripped. They just hang out.
That sounds pretty great.
It's like the last two people awake at a frat house.
Yeah. I hang with my mom and she tells me how you shouldn't point the remote at yourself because it'll give you cancer. It's a little different.
You want to play Wii golf? What? What is that?
You don't want to hold that thing for too long. It'll give you hand cancer.
My mom is pretty hands off, I guess, ultimately.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I go there, she doesn't really direct me either way.
Yeah.
She has no real life advice.
My mom had just paranoid like crazy. Did you get instilled with weird paranoias as a kid?
No, I just had them. I was terrified as a little kid. My stepfather had a nightmare. I used to until my stepfather came around, I tried to sneak into my mom's room every night.
Really?
Yeah, I just thought my room was terrifying.
How old? 26.
This is 2018. 2015. No, till my step-pop came when I was 10 and a half or something.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I wasn't 16.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
But when
I'm just going to sleep on the floor.
I remember being that age, though, and memorizing all of the squeak parts of the floor in our apartment. Yeah, so it didn't wake her up. Knowing what I know now, I should have just walked heavy-footed and not given a shit and just went into the room. No one wakes up for shit like that.
Not at all.
But when you're a kid and you're trying to sneak, when you hear... You're like, that's it.
That's it.
I don't know. I thought my mom was a drill sergeant or something, or some kind of war vet who's always got an eye open. She just wakes up and has a gun from under the bed. What's
you put your hands in the air, motherfucker.
Ma,
it's me. Especially when you're stoned and you're 15 and you're trying to sneak into the house everything sounds super loud.
Yeah.
You didn't get fucked up in high school.
No,
I would go home
yeah.
and my ears would be ringing. It's in my own head. It sounded like a siren was going off in the house, like a bomb siren, and I would just be walking around like fucking Shaggy and Scooby Doo. Yeah. And it was just like everything. I had to just like walk by my parents' house, like door, real slow, and I'd step on the second step, and it'd be like
you had to go by their door.
Yeah, they were on the bottom floor, and my room was on the top, and we were in like a rickety old farmhouse, and I had to go by them and be like, I'd hear from my mom, Michael, is that you? Why are your eyes so red? And I'm like, my contacts.
Your fucking eyes are red, bitch. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
It's that bong hit I did in the driveway.
Make me a cake. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. You're not a bitch at all. You're the best mommy ever. Can you please make a cake right now? But and hear me out. Potato chip cake.
Potato chip cake. It's a really good idea. I'll share it with you if you make it.
I'll tell you what, as I'm thinking about it right now, I don't know if it's a bad idea.
It's a great idea.
Potato chips and cake?
Dude,
salt and
salty and
sweet.
Yeah, crunchy cake, Mom. We'll call it crunchy cake for later.
Oh, why are we not? This has to be a thing.
There
already has to be a thing. While we figure that out, let me tell you about Mike Finoia. He has a new podcast coming out called Amigos, premiering in August on the Osiris Podcast Network. For more info, follow Mike at Mike Finoia on Twitter and visit MikeFinoia.com. Let me give Dan things. I want to hear more about that, Mike. Dan Soder is going to be at the Punchline in San Francisco Thursday, July 19th through Saturday, July 21st. That is this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And then at the Denver Comedy Works, coming home again to Denver, Colorado, July 26th through the 28th. For tickets and all other tour dates, visit dansoder.com.
And Big J Oakerson is going to be at the Laughing Skull in Atlanta, August 16th to 18th. Then at Comedy on State in Madison, the 23rd through the 25th. Get tickets at bigjcomedy.com.
And also make sure to check out the Best of the Bonfire that airs on Fridays here on Sirius XM is now available as a podcast. So download, subscribe. Very important. Rate and review. Give us, 5-star reviews. Let the people know you're out there listening. As I said, they don't give us numbers here at the old Sirius XM.
That's
so we got to
weird.
find out. We got to find out who's listening so we can tell them we need lots more money.
Lots and lots.
You can get that wherever you download podcasts from. It's available, the Best of the Bonfire. You said you were very excited when you told me about this
Amigos.
podcast network.
Yeah, I'm stoked for it,
Osiris,
man.
but it's that podcast network particularly is.
Yeah, well, you know what I was thinking?
What is it? To explain what Osiris.
Osiris Network is a network of music and music community based podcasts, right? So there's a lot of course, Fish, Grateful Dead, shit like that, but there's also a lot of stuff that's like in my world, like a lot of the traveling and like road stories, tour stories, shit like that.
Rare cheeses,
like the simple feel of a cold dog on your hand when you're the stuff I love, like a nice IPA after some bonsai shopping,
the touch of an elderly woman,
the hug of a nice black grandmother, things that I really like.
An open mouth kiss with an old friend.
Exactly. A warm sweater that gets comfier with age. So Tom Marshall, who is the lyricist for Fish and a couple partners, created this network. And my thought, dude, look, comedy networks are inundated with podcasts, right? And I want to do music, so why not bring a super funny podcast to a music network? And I'm going to be inviting a bunch of my comedy friends and a lot of really good music guests onto my show. Musicians talking comedy, comedians talking music, and they're super excited for it. We're working on a lot of great stuff, collaborating on some live events that's going to have music and comedy, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for it. I would say I'm stoked. Now, the problem is, there is an Amigos podcast, and it's like, I guess, what is there, some like software called Amiga? Or it's like a video game thing. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like what the actual like handle and shit will be now.
You didn't think you made up the word amigo.
No,
it's Spanish for friend, right?
Right, yeah, absolutely.
He goes, believe it or not.
I don't know if you guys knew this.
Prepare, I don't know.
There they are.
Jacob,
There's the guys.
Jacob, seatbelt yourself into your chair for this information. The word amigo's been out there in the world. It's been used for
Hold on to
things.
your hat.
I thought they made it up for that movie. I thought it was like just a Chevy Chase thing. You know,
This is
man?
Amigos podcast.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
It's two fucking, I don't know, dweebers. Look at the pictures. No, they seem great.
What do you mean? What is it?
I don't know.
What do they talk about?
That software called Amiga. It's some type of video game. I don't know. It's stuff that you don't care about if you got laid early in life.
You really dug into this.
No, I saw it and I got mad and threw my computer like a true amigo.
Man, if you write and or read fan fiction, you're a jerk off.
Dude. I couldn't agree more.
I mean, if you really have you read my erotic Star Wars novels? What?
This guy during Stand Up on the Spot goes,
Hold up. Is this your network?
Yeah, yeah.
Do me a favor. I'm going to read some of the names of these and just say, Mike, you really blow this thing up, man.
It's gonna.
Like, do your thing, because if I know you, I have to assume you can't make this. I mean, you have to be able to bump very quickly ahead the Fear of a Craft Beer Planet podcast.
My people.
Who is listening to that podcast?
Everyone's listening to it soggy on 3 IPAs.
Lou's an alcoholic. He would never listen to... He doesn't want to know about booze news.
That's what you call that podcast. Already we made it better.
Yeah. Booze news. What is he want to... He goes, oh... Did you hear there's a new flavor of Ciroc coming out, Lou? So, I don't know. Fucking drop that shirt off tomorrow and get a dry clean, buddy, because me and you are hitting the bar this weekend.
Imagine that podcast is just... The guy's just drinking a beer slowly. He's like, first sip, pretty fucking good.
Blueberry Crunch. And look who joins us in studio, everybody. And... he's coming, I'm sure, with the same frustration we had as we were late 5 minutes today. The city is ridiculous. It's Rich Voss, everybody.
Yeah!
Fresh off a triumphant Skankfest.
Thank you for having it. First, I left my house at 5 o'clock. It took me a little over an hour to get in. What? It's rain. It's a little rain.
I know.
Really? It should not take me 2 hours and 40-something minutes.
I think we figured out the problem, though. Asian people.
I was just going to say that.
Were you really?
I swear to God, but I didn't want to get in trouble.
I believe you were probably going to say that. It seems to be the actual problem. Look, it ends up being a lot of people at the end of the day,
Yeah.
but if you had to dial it back to the first person that created the slowdown in any way, it was a tiny Asian person with a gigantic umbrella.
Yep.
And with no sense of what they're doing and just making people go around them. And that's the
thing.
heart of the problem. Unless you want to go start at Mother Nature making it rain.
Well,
I guess
on
that.
the golf course, they're the slowest. I'm telling you, they're like they're playing in the U.S. Open. Pick up the pace.
Also, they don't need Asian people in the U.S. Open. They need Asian people to go to Iga, Japan, because there's a ninja shortage. And they're offering $85,000 a year to become a ninja.
Rich.
No, they are.
Yeah, we looked it up.
You want to
It's
go
pretty
do
crazy.
it? I'm
How do
doing
you
it.
get to become a ninja?
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
it
because
sounds
with my
crazy.
karate background, I'm already one step ahead.
That's true. There's got to be sort of a master's division or something, right?
That could just be entry-level pay. You might actually go 6 figures, you know?
Really? Now, can I... Oh, man, not only could I become a ninja, I could do a ninja podcast, which no one's doing.
I have the network for it.
Well, that's what we were just going through. I think you'll enjoy. Mike's new podcast he's doing is going to be on the Osiris Network.
On what?
It's a music network.
it's
I'm
more-
doing instead of doing another podcast on a comedy network, I'm going to do a funny podcast on a music network to draw from a different audience.
That's so... You know what I like about you? You don't mind failing.
Yeah.
See, because you're a fighter. You'll just get up and you'll just go to another venue.
I learned it from you.
You're right. I have failed completely.
I learned it by watching you.
But my comeback was Skankfest. I can't tell you how amazing, how much fun. One, and I'm not just saying it. I did at least 7 shows.
Mm-hmm.
I was on Anthony's podcast, your podcast, 2 roast battles, the shows with Colin. It was so much fun. The fan base, being the mutants they are the best comedy. They love comedy.
They love it.
They love it. And you walk in there.
This is
and
Josh behind you, who was at Skank. He was a fan that was
Don't
at
touch me.
Skankfest.
It was like
smelling your neck, Rich.
He still has the stench of Skankfest on him. But this year, out of all the years, seemed like maybe because the venue was bigger, and
More
nothing
people?
against the other venue, more people. The roast battles were mobbed. Everything was mobbed. The Tough Crowd reunion.
I mean, that's just the greatest
Wait,
thing
I
in the
just
world.
forgot. Now 7 shows. But the Tough Crowd reunion, I didn't know what we were doing. We just got there. We sat down and Colin goes, okay, let's do this. Let's do that. And it was so
That's
cool.
so great. That's the reason
People
why I
loved it.
started doing comedy. Was that show?
Yeah.
So again, your fault.
No, but a lot of comics, a lot of young, or not young, just comics in the business, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Because how long has it been since it's been on the air? What, 10, 15 years?
10 years.
Yeah.
Over 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been trying to bring it back for 10 years.
Yeah.
It's been off air for longer than that.
And so many comics will come up and go, the reason I did comedy was because of Tough Crowd.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know Lewis said that to you guys in the back, and that was a cool moment. Yeah, Tough Crowd
That was
thing.
emotional.
People couldn't believe it.
We
Yeah.
were in the dressing room and Zach took a picture with us. And I know, Zach has told me that he
Zach
loved
Amico.
Yeah, he's loved Tough Crowd. That and drawing blood from his body before a show. And, being a total disappointment to his parents, but he said how much he loves Tough Crowd, and he took a picture with all of us. Yeah. So it's a good feeling.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's incredible. It's just so great to see we're all standing outside, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, and then Colin's inside, so I'm like, Jesus, this is pretty much everybody's here. And then I heard about it the next day. I'm like, this is fucking incredible.
Wait,
that it happened.
were you down
I was
at
at the
the
cellar. I had to leave.
You got to go to the cellar?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it. I'm so bummed.
I got the whole crew next year. I told them everyone's taking off on Monday because you got to stay.
Yeah,
till the end of the second day. That finale was energy like I've never seen. I went into the whole thing about it yesterday, but it was a goddamn comedy jam. It was fantastic. Let's reset here because I want to tell Rich about this podcast network because it was really making me laugh. And we'll take our last break. Jacob, does that sound good? I know you love breaks. Yeah. And then, no. So then we'll go right to the end when we come back. We'll be right back. We're hanging out with Rich Voss, Mike Finoia. It's the Bonfire. Oh, that just made me misty from my old buddy Dan Soder.
Oh, he'll be back. He's having fun with his mom, man.
He's having fun. No, I know they're
I'm going to Colorado in 2 weeks. My little brother's wedding.
Oh yeah, you excited? Well,
that's gonna be great.
Killed Dan. The first night on the show where Colin was headlining, I hosted it, and Dan, I guess had to go up first. And he's Dan. He's not going to fail. He's a good comic.
Yep.
And there's a girl in the front row nodding out, falling asleep. And Bobby is backstage through the curtain taking videos of the girl sleeping during Dan's
While
set.
Dan's talking.
Yes. So Dan, as he's getting, thinks he had, a killer set. He thought he was, the Beatles at Shea Stadium. And I said, Dan, I hate to break the news to you, but this girl was sleeping during your set. And Bobby came out with a video. It was so funny.
I've dealt with people nodding. That's like a common thing, I guess, at comedy clubs. But man, it is disheartening when you see it.
It's terrible.
If I don't,
worst.
Please, I make it work for me anyhow.
Oh no, I acknowledge
Yes.
it and steer it up. But I mean, you really are. It is funny that someone would
Fall
sit
asleep.
down. Comedy club audiences. That's what Skankfest is such a reprieve from for that week too. Just the general comedy club audience, because so many people come in that. I mean, people walk through the doors of comedy clubs every night across this country that do not enjoy comedy.
Yep, I know. It's amazing.
Like they know they go and go like, I hate this.
Yeah.
We talked about
but I'm going to go do it.
We talked about that on our podcast today. Like this weekend when I'm at the Tacoma Comedy Club in Tacoma, Bonnie and I were
Washington
talking.
State, I believe.
Yes. No, Bonnie and I were talking today or discussing who do you think gets offended more, women or men at comedy clubs? Or who complains more? I mean, with me, it's everybody, but people come to complain. Or they come, they do no research who they're going to see. It's a comedy club.
But if you don't do if it was something that I didn't research myself, someone goes, "Hey, you want to go see this band with me? They're my favorite band," and I just sight unseen go, "Yes." I'm going to go with like an open mind, especially if I don't research it. And if I don't like it, I wouldn't complain. You'd be like, well, this is what I kind of signed up for.
Right.
But if you take the time to research it and like, I'd say, no, I don't like this band. I'm not enjoying it. Don't go. But people walk in. I mean, you see so many, when someone sits in a comedy club with an angry face, it's so weird to have like, you're actively trying to get through, like, what are you testing yourself? Is it like an endurance test?
Yeah.
Is this your David Blaine moment? Like, I sat through 3 hours of comedy and I didn't laugh once.
Well, and another thing too, and this gets me, and I think maybe it's total arrogance when somebody, especially in New York, when they're on vacation from another country and they come here and they'll yell at you or complain and tell you how things should be. It's like me sitting in a club in Ireland, looking at a comic going, this is wrong. It would be complete arrogance on my behalf.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Well, especially
It
those,
happens a lot.
the English speaking like countries, especially when I'm always blown away when I see a guy trying to explain to his girlfriend or two people who don't speak English very well sitting in the front row of somewhere and just blank looking at an entire show. You're like, why the hell? Like, what's the point of being here? I would never go to a comedy club in Japan. Why would I do that?
Well, yes.
If I'm in Japan, it doesn't matter. I'm ninja training anyway. I don't know if you know there's a shortage.
I don't have time to laugh.
If you also too, if you're blind, listen. The front seat, feel my face. Go to the back. Don't take up the. You know what I mean?
Get a mental picture with your hands.
Yes, feel my face and head to the back. You could hear better than everybody anyhow.
That's great. Feel my face and head to the back. That's the new Rich album.
I had a guy in the audience once, and he wasn't looking. I go, you blind? Next thing you know, he pops his head up, and he said, well, you stink. I go, it took you 45 minutes to realize I wasn't going to get any better. And then he throws something at me. He comes running to the stage, and I kind of just stop him. Then he gets up. I'm going, oh, God. He's coming at me again. Cut to...
Is it a blind guy?
No, he was not blind. He was just...
A ninja.
Oh, you thought he was blind?
Yes. And he just said, he just was nodding or doing what maybe on drugs. Anyhow, you cut to 10 minutes later, he's in a police car, and his wife is outside yelling, you did it again.
Wow. Holy shit.
It's crazy.
I swear, in the beginning of the story, when you said it was a blind, I thought you thought it was a blind guy. I thought you were still saying it was a blind guy. And you're like, he goes, you stink. And I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, to you, like, your senses are heightened. I mean, you probably smell the shit I took yesterday. He can smell the shit I'm going to take tomorrow.
Can you smell me what happens tomorrow?
You could smell 3 blocks away what cologne that guy's wearing.
Yeah. Because I smelled that punch coming a mile away.
You can smell the people on TV.
That's great.
That's funny.
The worst people ever. I was at Che did his show at the VU, and there was a girl sitting right in the front with a boyfriend, and she was just like, they were talking to her, and she cuts off anything the kid would say, and she would go, he does whatever I tell him to do. And everyone would go, whoa, and he just kind of sat there nodding his head like, I kind of do.
Dude,
and
chicks de-ball a lot at my shows. They de-ball their dudes. Yeah. And some of them on purpose, like of kind of a shitty thing, and then some of them just, they think they're being nice in some weird. They always come over and they go, "Hey, what's up?" Like this is again, this is nothing to do with this weekend. I'm talking about the road when you're on the road or whatever. People come up and they go, "He's your biggest fan. He wants to totally suck your dick and lick your balls." So you take a picture with him or whatever, and you're like, "All right." Like, don't you fuck this guy? Like, why would you want him to feel like? Why are you treating him like a little lady and fucking make him feel like a puss?
Pussy to come over and ask. So, would you go over and like?
If you wanted to, this guy would totally lick your butthole. He's my boyfriend, the father of my children, whatever.
When they go,
can his seed.
When they go, can I take a picture? No problem. But then all of a sudden they don't know how to work their camera, which they've been using for 15 fucking years, their phone or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to sell product. Buy or scram.
Product.
I got product here. That's the reason.
Product.
The best.
I love that you're selling bundles now.
people like 45 or maybe like 50 or above going to a cell phone to do anything with a picture is always the funniest because they always pull it out. It's like my dad does the same thing where he pulls it out. He's like how do you get this goddamn thing? It's like the grumbly mumbling of like
slide their glasses
and,
down.
and then they always they're holding it up for a selfie but it's just filming the sky.
Yeah.
And then like wait, what do you got?
Their thumb is on the lens.
Yeah, like I don't know.
They're like, can you take it? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll put my hands all over the fucking screen you shit with every day. Thanks a lot.
It's true because I'm old and I like social media because I got to do it, but I'm so against it because social media overpowered talent almost. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
If you got whatever, I don't have to get into if you got this many YouTube hits or Instagram
every Sunday at a comedy club, every Sunday at somewhere between 5 and 7 p.m. there will be a show that is packed to the rafters with somebody who did something funny on YouTube sort of once.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yep. So
Vine sensations.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to Bonnie's trying to teach me how to do a story on Instagram because I'm just always late to the game, but that's I
still don't know how to.
It would be great if
you
you
know how?
No, I think I started an Instagram story once and I never finished. I think my Instagram story was also just one post still, so it's not really a story. It's just an Instagram post. I don't know.
Post on it. I mean, on Twitter, I have 100,000 followers. On Instagram,
right.
like
Quit
10.
bragging,
No,
Rich.
that's not brag. You think that's a lot?
I have like 3,000.
Well, you're you. I'm not. Nothing wrong with it. You will have that
I
many.
don't care.
I'm not. Listen, I'm a big fan, Mike.
I
finoia, right?
I try not. I'm so bad at social media and doing it often is because like the whole process. It's like couch punching angry. I get it. I'm like I don't know how to fucking save the draft and find the draft.
Yeah.
This is me. Just put the picture up. Here's the picture, and now here's the joke, and then leave me the fuck alone.
And it has brought down more careers. Than
social media?
Than surveillance cameras. It's you're going down. Yep. I mean, there was a headline. We talked about this.
He looked right in your eyes when
I
you
know,
said that,
really.
Mike.
No, I was. No, we talked about.
And you're going down, motherfucker.
We talked about this again. We did, and I hate to say it on our podcast, but Kurt, the headline they gave him on the Daily Beast. Did you see that headline? First of all, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. But I would
you're not?
I would think, as a Jew, you would think.
Someone you know.
You're good at something.
I have no idea, but that has to be the defamation of character.
It has to. It's disgusting.
Yes.
I'm looking up the articles. It's absolutely disgusting what they're
wonder if they
calling
went. I know I read it. It bummed me out. If they I mean,
calling Kurt Metzger a pro-rape comic.
Do they think that putting it in quotes absolves them of anything? And I wonder simply if it does.
I don't know because I don't know a lot about quotes, but
if you say allegedly, I think quotes is like if you say allegedly, you can get away with a lot of stuff.
This is just that same bullshit.
No, here's the problem. They're quoting. That's an out of. It's in quotes actually. They're doing an out of context quote from him because what he said to somebody and what he was explaining was by this lady. He's saying he doesn't agree with her opinion of how it was handled, these accusations. His whole thing, again, at nauseum, this has been said, that he is saying, like, don't argue this out on social media, like, go to a cop.
Go to the authorities. He said that from the start.
That's the ultimate point he was ever trying to make. And then, people who were like, call him a rape apologist or whatever, and he just didn't back down. He just kept going at them, and he was like, "Yeah, lady, I guess by your standards, I'm pro rape because I'm telling you, why don't you get this guy?" They even say where he's defending this UCB guy and shit. And it's like he said, send that guy to prison for the rest of his life if he did this. Why are you talking about it? He's saying, and I think one of the quotes is, "Why are you dicking around on Twitter and go to a police station and have them,
do a kit,
do a rape kit on you?" Well, it's insane.
He's one of the most prolific comics going right now.
Amazing.
To me, brilliant. I'm serious. When I listen to him, I go, "Holy shit, this guy!" His home and he. Obviously, he's not pro rape.
Are you kidding? If I told if anything ever happened to me and I told Metz, I mean, he would fucking kill. Like it's not who he is.
Way to make it about you, Christine.
Yeah, right.
I know, way to make it about me, but I'm just saying, like he's my friend, and he's supportive, and he's. It's not. This is not who he is at all.
But I don't. It's just I don't. I
bought me ice cream once. He. I didn't have a shirt one time to go to a dinner. I didn't have a jacket. He let me borrow a jacket.
He looks me in the eyes when I talk to me.
No, I just look. I deal with a lot of people calling my friends sexist, and I'm like, my friends aren't sexist.
The problem is
not sexist. Guy's got a Starbucks Gold card, 10% off all the time.
This is just like that. This is just like that thing with the guy that wrote that article about the cellar. It's these opinion pieces that get thrown up as like a headline because it's not newspapers anymore. It's just whatever gets put out there and tweeted out enough or whatever, that becomes the new headline, and that's truth. And that's what's fucked up about this whole thing.
It's a shame how gross this article is, but and it's funny. And go to the other thing.
There's other ones.
Christine, go to the thing you brought up though. That we're so happy about. I mean, unbelievable.
It stinks that every picture of Kurt does look like a mugshot.
Well, look,
too.
the only person that said pro-rape was Daily Beast. Like, Hollywood Reporter is saying controversial writer, which is fun,
There's nothing wrong with being a controversial. No, because he makes people. As a writer or as a comic, he makes people think. Yeah. He makes people happy, angry. He does everything you're supposed to.
Mark Twain was a controversial writer.
He's brilliant. I've watched Kurt bomb for 30 minutes, and it's I
don't mind calling him controversial. It just keeps coming up where I'm like, is that like? That just seems like the weird adjective to put in front of him still. I'm like, isn't it just? I think Kurt's just funny.
He's such a smart
writer. He's actually not. Couldn't give a shit about controversy. He plays video games and writes jokes, and that's really all he does and wants to do. He's not looking to do anything much more than that.
I think his bits are great. I mean, he reminds me like of a Stanhope. He goes deep into it. Into a bit,
No, he goes, and also not even a bit. Like when he get involved with that, it's just like it's just Metzger taking a shit and looking at Twitter and being like, "Well, here's my opinion about that," and walking away from it. Oh, well, listen to this dumbass saying that. He's just like laughing and being like, "Well, there's more on feminist girls arguing with me about dumb shit," and he's going back and forth, and then it's like comes back. I think I severely underestimated this response today. Made me severely underestimate what the repercussions were with him. I gave Metzger a little bit of like, well, you're being also a little paranoid and a little over the top. Like the fact that there's an article about this blows me away, let alone to see a couple. And the good news is, though, there's some people in print that where's the guy, the Munir or whatever?
That's great. And I have to say about Kurt and what he was saying, a big thing about the UCB incident is that there was no victim coming forward saying this happened to me. It was all third hand, he said, she said. And I've had incidents where I've had a man tell me another man was a rapist. And then I found out that man had made out with the other guy's girlfriend. So part of this was like, you can't just have defamation of character all over the place with no victims and nobody coming forward and saying this is what happened to me.
I had to sleep that night knowing that information.
Christine had fucking Hannah Gadsby energy in that. And when a man tells you that another man...
No, because this is all this is bullshit about girls saying that they lied. Meanwhile, the false accusation I heard came from another man.
And I'll tell you one more thing.
Disgusting.
I want Holyfield. You saw what these guns could do in the Middle East.
It's very touchy subject because you're going innocent till proven guilty. But how do you prove guilty unless you go to court?
It's guilty.
So then
it's
he said, she said, or whatever. It's just.
No, it's not. It's
and by
guilty,
the way, obviously,
it's guilty, lose everything, and then get forgotten. That's basically what the whole thing is. No, there's no such thing as innocent anymore.
Let me give a shout out to. I want to say it's Munir Kazmir. Munir Kazmir, Doctor Munir Kazmir, of the illustrious Medium online magazine.
He also writes for Huffington Post.
Everyone's familiar. Huffington Post. This one didn't make Huffington Post, I don't think. This one made Medium. But it says, Mike Stealing, this is a headline, Mike Stealing heckler at comedy club shows once again that the offended police are out of control. I'm sure on Skanks we're going to get into this a lot, so I don't want to overdo it here. But what I like is this guy. Take a look at this guy. I want you to put a picture of this guy out there.
Who?
Munir, the guy who wrote this.
I have him on. Look.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. It looks like everybody's doctor.
Yes. It looks like he's an older...
Hi, I'm everybody's doctor.
An older Indian gentleman who's wearing a suit and tie, and he does this whole article about the episode of Legion of Skanks where the guy grabbed the mic out of Lewis's hand. Lewis went after him, and luckily we were all able to stop Lewis from getting to the guy.
That's just Lewis wearing a mask.
And this guy describes all of that and says he understands why Lewis went after the guy. Says, Curse him, says he was going to put his foot up his ass and whatever other choice words he says to him. And then this guy goes, all that said, putting aside the sheer lunacy of believing a white supremacist show is being led by 2 Jewish men and a Puerto Rican, what did this heckler expect to accomplish by doing what he did? Because it didn't make any sense. And I love that it all spirals back to Hate Speech the Bear. A joke bear somebody gave us that has a American History X song in it, like a racist song that plays, out of an adorable little teddy bear. Is the funniest thing in the world. We all sing the last words of it at the show every week because it's offensive and ridiculous and fun. And this guy stood up, couldn't take it, and took the mic. And he describes Lewis going after him. He goes, they don't call Mr. Gomez the Puerto Rican rattlesnake and realize dude for nothing. The heckler seems surprised that after an act of aggression against Gomez, the fiery comedian would look to retaliate. Clearly, he did not know who he was dealing with. I love that this old Indian doctor is writing this. They didn't know who he was dealing with. Did he think the crowd would take his side and all this shit? And then at the end, he just goes, and go down the where it just says the thing. There's a lot more. I love he gives him a... I
don't know. If you trace that back, that doctor is Lewis.
It is Lewis. He's just wearing a mask, dude. I'm telling you.
Wait, now I want to read the writing style and see if this is possibly Lewis. Oh man,
he's like really, really good looking doggy.
I never even thought for a second until I realized how, because I'm like, this guy, it seems very weird. This guy is taking Lewis's place.
And he skips 2 lines, and there's clearly he did not know who he was dealing with.
And or one of the interns or something.
And I could see his anger when his father was murdered.
Like too much. Currently on the keto diet, Gomez walked into the room looking better than ever, prepared to dominate Ryan O'Neal in a big fight.
Figurehead of Gas Digital, Gomez.
Write a message to him. Are you Louis J. Gomez? By the way, it looks like if you could like do some makeup work and make Lewis be this guy.
He just goes, hell no, doggy, blop, blop.
Well, more or less, I mean, it looks like it might be Lewis.
I mean, that's like, if you just Google, like New Delhi yearbook, 1968, like, that's the picture.
Look at that guy. Boy, Lewis, I didn't know Lewis knew how to cut and paste that well, but it's a whole fake account.
I hope this guy, Munir Kazmir, died 7 years ago. Lewis assumed his identity. I have been moonlighting as Munir Kazmir. And at the end of the article, it just says there's more people out there like, Lewis than you think. And basically it says like why the guy's ultimate point is why wouldn't you just leave? If they tell you it's the podcast is like in this certain kind of humor, like walk out if you don't.
The guy says he's a real ass doctor too.
Real ass doctor. You get real ass cures.
Did it? I really believe you. I was like, maybe it's a big Lewis fan.
Hilarious.
A real ass doctor.
You get real ass cures, doggy. It said join the Casimir Network.
Yeah.
Direct meds.
Take 2 awesomes and take 2 high fives and call me in 20 minutes when you're feeling awesome.
Diagnosis, you're a fag.
But man, they really do pick pictures of Kurt to make him look like... I mean, the funny thing about that at all is that Kurt had a joke years ago he did on White Boys in the Hood that I loved about the pictures of the terrorists when they were releasing them. He goes, they always looked like the pose, looked like they were just got told the information that they have to blow up with the plane. He goes, I have to blow up with the plane? And then just make those crazy like faces. And he goes, and Osama bin Laden, he goes, you ever notice his picture always is like more of like a smile? It's more like not the person. He's the person who tells you that you have to fly into the plane. He goes, Big pleasant. He goes, no, not me. Get you.
Kurt's
Kurt, they give him like maniacal faces. It really like the news, like especially just this unsupervised news of just like online dorks like skateboarding around and then like, what should I write about?
No, totally, dude. Remember when
you want to start up a Bigfoot? Want to start up a Bigfoot watch again or something?
When we did the Seller show, and that guy came on.
Wait, what did you?
Guy Branham, the one who wrote the thing, burned down the table, and we were doing Gnome's podcast. We were like, you're saying things that are clearly not true. And he goes, well, it's an opinion piece.
No, it's not an opinion
and it's
piece.
like, dude, you can't like say
your
these
opinion is that no gay people work here?
No gay people work here, no women work here. It's only white males are the way you get somewhere in the business. And we called him on all of it, and he goes, yeah, well, it's an opinion piece.
Bullshit.
Like, too many gays for DJ Lou.
And you said your show doesn't have any trans people.
Yeah,
are you transphobic? Are you know?
Not enough trans for Jacob to show up.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I pretty much put a fucking clamp on him because he was. I don't want to get into what.
Too many fucking faggots in this city.
When they're mean to my
Jacob,
wife,
that's the opinion you're going to take on
they're
this?
mean to my fucking wife,
faggot.
then they have to deal with the fucking wrath of my daughter.
Baby, I'm not going to sign your t-shirt.
Go scratch this ball of homo's eyes out,
dude. Rich's daughter is the funniest fucking. When we were doing Stress Factory together, and she put a "kick me" sign on my back. It stayed there for a while, and she kept coming up and kicking me, and I was like, you're Rich's daughter.
We were doing Patreon, so I had her sit with me, and she's going, this isn't funny. Why are we doing this? She goes, these people are paying for funny. This is bad. She's telling me it's bad.
That's amazing. Did you guys have a talk with Colin at all about maybe doing it again?
I think somebody brought up in the dressing room, and he said, look, relax.
Yeah.
I mean, that obviously is a show you could bring on tour or whatever, but how are you going to get 5 headliners together? I could see it being done like on a Tuesday night at the Underground or something, but
that'd be amazing.
I don't know. It's
blow
out
it
of
out
my
one
hands.
show, and it's better to be intimate.
Just once in a while,
It's hard to recreate too. What we did the other night was just so much fun.
Yeah.
And just boom.
Yeah, would have been cool, like to hit Nick if Nick was there. It would have been great, and a couple others. But
I hope he sues that fucking girl.
He is, right?
I don't know what's
I saw on Twitter he wrote a thing that was like, if anybody witnessed it.
Well, I think
I
just remember initially the thing he posted was like, I'm not going to hit her back, so I'm going to take legal action.
Yeah,
and he should. I swear to you, just in the world, everything I hear, it seems like the person who thinks they are doing the right thing by whether it be God or justice or whatever is always doing the most awful, violent things.
Yep. Listen,
I don't want to make a blanket statement like that because I'm sure you could prove with that. But I'm just thinking of all these. It's always that. It's like, the pro-life people are like, don't kill babies. Let's blow up 15 doctors.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, right?
what?
Yeah.
Like, I thought, let's not kill anybody. Like, if you're also thinking don't kill babies, how about don't kill anybody?
We're alive because we're supposed to be alive.
Yeah. So that's why I think everything's like that. It's like Nick's like, you're saying like Nick's a piece of shit, and I'm sure it's like whatever he didn't like racial jokes he made or political, whatever
and for
it was.
the father to set him up too is pretty fucked up.
Well,
they're a team.
I mean, just like for whatever it is, it's like. And you're like, he's a bad person. It's like, well, then leave then.
Yeah,
and don't ever go see him again. Tell your friends that don't go see him for this reason. I know we got to end the show, but I was trying to listen to something the other day online, and I don't have all the facts of this yet either, but from what I understand, someone was just showing me that somebody made, and I'll talk about this maybe more tomorrow on the show, but somebody put out something they didn't like, that something a comic did. This is local somewhere, whatever comedies. These aren't names you know at all. And the girl was like, she was like, give these guys, I guess they were doing a character of shock jocks as the hosts.
Oh, I know the story.
Do you really?
I think so. Yeah, go ahead.
And they said something about, as shock jocks, they were bringing her to the stage, and they were, this next girl's got titties. Yeah, big old titties. Put your dick in them and slide in and out.
From LA.
Yeah? Oh, was it? And then they brought her on stage, and she was like, I didn't like that. But this right away, just someone wrote back, goes, what? That's crazy. Tell us his name. We'll basically, let's boycott everything and ruin his career. And it's just like... It says right out of the gates he was doing a character, and maybe he just sucks and isn't a very funny person. I don't even know who it was, but maybe he's just not a funny person that can't figure that out yet, but he was trying to be funny.
Yeah.
And I said, doesn't this, the only time I got involved where I was like, okay, it sounds like it sucks for her, but at the same time, I've had shitty intros where I've gotten into it with the host about it. Not like, even now, like I got Eddie Ift years and years ago, because when I brought him on stage, he's like, how about for that fat fuck, some kind of, some shitty thing like that or something. Jesus. And I was just like, I don't know you like that.
Yeah.
It's weird, you know what I mean? But like, So you got a shitty intro. Like, shouldn't this be maybe ask him for an apology and see if he offers one? Maybe seems weird to have people now ready to go. Let's mobilize and end this guy.
There's no
People make mistakes.
Yet.
Comics make mistakes.
Yeah, that's
sure.
People make mistakes at work. They make mistakes. The guys were trying to be ironic. They're trying to be, doing like a sketch or whatever. One of them, they're working comics, and one of them, whatever. I don't know them. I just know the story. But people do make mistakes.
But here's the thing, and I don't hate apology, but my only apology I could ever make for comedy is I apologize that it made someone feel anything other than laughing.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you're like, do you apologize for making like a joke that had the word rape in it at all? Like, well, that's ridiculous. I don't apologize. I think my joke's funny if I'm telling it. I'm sorry that it bummed this guy, or made this woman feel something that I was trivializing her specific, I guess, terrible thing that happened to her. But what do you do?
I apologize to Bonnie for ruining her life, but that's the only apology.
And she makes you pay for it every day, Rich Voss.
You should apologize to the world for motivating me to start comedy on Tough Crowd.
VossRoast.com.
VossRoast.com. Indeed, the Voss Roast is out.
One of the best nights ever.
It was such an amazing roast. If you don't have it yet, it's $5 to rent, $10 to buy at VossRoast.com. It was, the dais was
so much fun.
Out of hand. I was so overmatched out there with that level of talent we had. Jim Norton, Bobby Kelly, Colin Quinn, Florentine murdered.
Yeah.
And then they were cool enough to let me and Lewis tag along, and it was fun.
What do you mean?
It was fun, man.
Crushed it.
Well, I think everyone had a great set. I'm just saying, but we were the people that I was like, all right, here we go. Like, me and Lewis were both very like, this is like a murderer's row, and you let us be a part of that. It was an honor. So absolutely check that out. VossRoast.com, and you can catch Rich at the Tacoma Comedy Club in Washington. That's Thursday, July 19th through Saturday, July 21st. That's this weekend, yeah?
Yeah.
Get tickets at richvoss.com. I bow to him when it comes to crowd work, and I'm telling you, if you go see him, you're going to love him if you haven't seen him before.